Welcome to the Mother Wellness Podcast. I am your host, Sylvia. On this podcast, we talk about all things motherhood and wellness, from mental health, maternal health, parenting tips and tricks, and many, many more. Stay tuned for our current episode. Hello, welcome to episode 4 of the Mother Wellness Podcast. I am Sylvia and I'm your host. Thank you for joining today. The topic of today is motherhood and mental health. And for those of you that have been listening to the podcast for the last few weeks, I shared in episode 1 on my experience of motherhood and mental health. And I wanted to do another episode regarding motherhood and mental health because today is the 10th of October 2021 and it's World Mental Health Day. And mental health is an area, a topic that I'm very passionate about talking about, teaching about, and I wanted to use this opportunity to give a bit more information and share knowledge. So what I'm going to be doing is looking at a definition of mental health from the World Health Organization, and also talking about different factors and situations that can lead to increased risk of mental health disorders or problems occurring. So, according to the World Health Organization, mental health is a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with normal stresses of life, can work productively, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. So, you're aware of your ability, you can manage the normal stresses of life, you can work productively, and you can make a contribution. And that is their definition. This is not the be all and end all when it comes to mental health, as mental health actually tends to be on a spectrum. So just like we have physical health, we also have mental health. So you're either incredibly fit like an athlete, or you may not be so healthy, you may be overweight. And the same way, mental health also has a continuum or a scale, a sliding scale. So at different points of our lives, based on different events, different situations that we go through, it can have an impact on which part of the mental health scale we are on. So, there is a difference between mental health and mental illness. So mental health obviously is being able to manage with normal stresses of life and do everyday activities. And mental illness is when you then have difficulty, doing your everyday activities. You might not be as productive, you might not be able to contribute, you might not be able to do your everyday activities, not because you physically can't, although mental health problems can occur as a result of a physical health condition or physical illness. It's important to realise that, as human beings, we're not one-dimensional, and there's more than one factor that can lead to mental illness or an issue that can affect our mental health. So some of the conditions that can affect our mental health is, death, divorce or separation, starting a new job, moving home, start moving from one city, place, town to another, or country to another. It could also be having problems at work, actually taking on a new responsibility such as a mortgage. There's so many different situations that can have an impact on your stress levels, which in turn can affect your mental health. So this is not an exhaustive list, but any major life events can also lead to stress increasing, which then in turn leads to your mental health being affected in some way. I believe that it's important to find a way to reset and manage your mental health that works for you. There is, certain things that are recommended, such as healthy nutrition, exercise, being active, those sorts of things. But as individuals, we'll also have specific activities that help us to rest and help us to unwind. And I believe that it's really important to have mental health days. And as mental health days can really help us to check in with ourselves. We can carry out self-care. It can allow us to have rest. It can be for relaxation. It can allow us to engage in a hobby or different activity, simply do nothing, or help us to have time to reflect. So I believe that engaging in a mental health day is something that is thoroughly important, and it's something that I think we should all do every once in a while when we have the opportunity to do so. As mothers, we tend to give a lot, and I think it's important to also step back and retreat and also check in and make sure that we are okay in ourselves, so that we can look after ourselves and look after our loved ones. So thank you so much for listening, and have a fantastic rest of the day, and I look forward to speaking to you on the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Mother Wellness Podcast. I hope this episode resonated with you. If you require any more information or support, feel free to message me on Instagram and Facebook at motherwellness.ot, or send me an email at motherwellnessot, all one word, at gmail.com. The information will also be left in the show notes. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.